On my enlarged pores, you can see somewhat of the product teen-like kind of effect that I didn't like. It is plenty. You're gonna ask me about this? Well, everyone is talking about this foundation, the new Charlotte Tilbury Unreal Skin Sheer Glow Tint Hydrating Foundation. It comes in 20 different shades. It's made in Italy. It has a shelf life of 12 months. It costs $46 and it is available right now at Charlotte Tilbury's website. I think by the time that I'm uploading this video, it will be available at various retailers. All those details will be in the description box below, along with the links for your convenience, easy shopping, as well as I will be leaving it here on the YouTube shop. It's very simple. You just need to tap on the screen and then you will see on this corner some icons. You just need to tap in and then you will see all the products that I will be using today. I also have a discount code with Charlotte Tilbury that I will be leaving on the description box below. The packaging of this foundation looks so luxurious and beautiful. Although it is lightweight, which will make it ideal for traveling. I personally like foundation sticks for traveling. One of my favorite foundations of all time on a stick is the one from Tom Ford, which seems to be discontinued by now because it's super hard to find. The one from Tom Ford comes with 15 grams of product. The one from Charlotte Tilbury comes with 10 grams of product, and also the pricing is abysmal. This is double the price than the one from Charlotte Tilbury, and it also has another type of coverage. This one has more of a sheer to buildable light coverage. I got it in the shade number 7. I was supposed to get also 7.5, but for some reason when I check out, I realized I only got one foundation, which I think it's okay. If you're new here to my channel, welcome to all of you, my beautiful friends. I do film in natural light as per usual with a 4K camera, so make sure you have your resolution on YouTube the correct way, because most of the time YouTube will condense the resolution. So make sure you tap on the screen, go to settings and change it to 4K. Okay, I can tell from swatching it that the foundation is not going even, is sheer, it is hydrating, just as it claims. And now that I'm rubbing it on my skin, do you see right there that very subtle glow? I don't feel like it is too glowy and it feels rather hydrating. I have nothing on my skin, zero primer, because I want to make sure that I let this foundation show off without any help. Something super important to know, my skin type. I do have dry skin on the perimeters of my face, sensitive skin mostly here on my jawline, here on my forehead. Usually in this area is really dry, while I do have more of like normal skin on this area over here where I do have my enlarged pores. As you can tell, I do have a little bit of redness, I have a ton of freckles, I have sunspots, and I'm considered a person with mature skin. I'm on my 4th floor, so I do have what I consider more of experienced skin. Okay friends, let's go ahead and start applying this foundation. The claims of this foundation is that it will give you a blurring effect. According to Charlotte Tilbury, she wanted for this foundation to give you more of a ring light effect, which I don't use, but what she means with that is that she wants to create this very soft focus effect. It does have hyaluronic acid. As you can tell, it seems like this shade may be a little bit too warm for my skin tone, but let's see upon application. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 stripes, and I'm using a BK Beauty 109 brush to spread the foundation. Oh my gosh, I can tell the difference from one side to the other. It's quite a bit. Definitely a sheer coverage foundation. Is rather perfecting, but at this point in time I cannot tell you that it's covering my redness just yet. I may be able to build it up a little more. And I think for this type of foundation, because of the formulation, it's extremely lightweight. I will suggest to just apply it with a brush rather than the beauty sponge, because the beauty sponge may absorb the foundation and give you even less coverage, unless that's what you want. I'm just building up where I had my sunspot. This is the glow that is giving me the foundation. This is the side that I have nothing, that's my skin. So as you can tell, it just even out my complexion, still has the sheer coverage. It looks extremely natural, and more than anything is extremely lightweight. Perhaps the most lightweight foundation that I have tried in years, and that is even including some skin tints. If anything, perhaps if you have tried the new skin tint by Lisa Eldridge, it doesn't have the same coverage or the same finish, but it is as lightweight that you cannot feel it. You cannot feel any oiliness, but rather just having a very refreshing, hydrating gel kind of cream, not super creamy, not super moisturizing. And for the purpose of this video, I have applied again another swatch of this foundation on my hand. Look how beautiful it looks. This is my skin, and then this is how blurry and beautiful looks this foundation. I'm honestly very impressed so far. Let's see how it does as I wear it throughout the day. But I wanted to show you the Hollywood filter so you can see the difference. I have it here in the shade 3 Light. It's a lot lighter in terms of pigmentation, and it has perhaps even a less glow, which I'm pretty impressed. Let's apply it on this side so you can see them side by side. And I'm going with a Sephora number 47 brush. Do you see the difference? I think the difference is kind of minimal in terms of the finish. Perhaps I still feel that the foundation is more blurring, and it somewhat covers a little bit of my sunspots. It just camouflage, it just gives that blur effect even to my freckles. I still can see my freckles, but here you have them side by side. I have removed the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter because I have noticed that with this foundation, all my enlarged pores, they don't seem super enlarged, but I can see somewhat of the product gathering on those enlarged pores. And it's something that honestly, I don't want to have at all. So I want to use one of my favorite primers, and it is by Tom Ford. This is the Traceless Soft Matte Primer. You know, friends, how much I love it. I will not suggest it if you have dry skin like myself to use it all over your face. Use it strategically on areas like, for example, myself, where I do have my enlarged pores. If I do have a very like a strong fine line that I want to smooth out, that's where I want to use it, because this primer, it is extremely blurring. So I'm just going to use a little bit right here where I have my enlarged pores. Do you see the finish? It's super velvet. Now let's apply this baby. 3 swipes and 1 swipe on the top, and just trying to do the same thing that I did on this side. Using the same brush, BK Beauty 109 brush. I'm just going to spread the foundation. Super sheer coverage. You see right there? I mean, if you want something super natural, I think with just this is more than enough. And then you can go ahead and even spot conceal if you have, I don't know, some blemishes or a little bit of redness. Then you can do so in those areas. But personally, sheer is the way to go, mostly now that we're coming into, I mean, like, we just enter into summer. I think when I'm uploading this video, we are officially into summertime, so this foundation can be key. Okay, definitely I like this a lot better. I don't know if you can tell, you still have the radiance, but the large pores are not so visible. This side, they are not magnified, but you know, I mean, nobody's gonna be like this close looking to my skin, only my husband giving me a kiss and that's it. But I can see on my enlarged pores like little white dots from the foundation. I mean, I can try to disperse it again. There you have it. With a little bit of primer just here and with zero primer. You see the difference? It has passed a few hours since I applied this foundation, and it has been a marathon of a day, let me tell you. Not only because I do have one of my kids is sick, but also I'm getting ready because this week is kind of short. I do have a couple events that, if you have watched my latest vlog or if you have been following me for a long time, you know that I cater mostly weddings and it is the wedding season. So anyhow, here you got me. I have to tell you, this foundation is gorgeous. It is stunning, stunning. I will say, do not build it up. I feel like building it up is just a little too much. I think keeping it with that sheer light coverage is what it makes this foundation beautiful and quote unquote really unreal, because it just smooth out a little bit everything, but yet you can see your beauty marks, your freckles, your sunspots. You can see everything. It doesn't really gather on fine lines. That is something that really got me impressed, because the only thing that I saw is that it was kind of like trying to gather on my enlarged pores, not magnifying them, but not making any favors. But on the opposite side, I'm kind of weird enough on my fine lines, which I have a tan here and here, it's not gathering at all and whatsoever. Definitely, I will suggest to use a mattifying primer or just a primer if you have more combo or oily skin. If you have dry or normal skin, you can skip any type of primer unless you have little quote unquote issues or things that you want to correct. Then in that case, you may want to use a primer, but other than that, not really. If I have to tell you what it reminds me of, this foundation, it's kind of like, say, a stick version of that new DIOR Forever Glow Star filter. And you know, friends, that this is perhaps the most iconic and the best product that has launched this year. Now, this is not a foundation, but if you choose the right shade, it will give you not a lot of coverage, but somewhat of a coverage. Like this is shade 3. If you go and watch my review on this product, I got it first in the shade 2N, and I didn't like it because it gave me this very much thin light kind of effect that I didn't like at all and whatsoever. So I went a shade darker. In your foundations, I'm between a 2.5 or 3N or 3W. It depends on the foundation itself. And going with 3N was the best decision that I could have gotten. And I think the same thing is going to happen with this foundation. In fact, I really love what I'm seeing right now, but I think as I'm getting a little bit more color, because you know, summertime, self-tanning, or just going out and about, I'm just gonna get a little bit more color even when I'm using SPF. But this is kind of the same kind of concept, a lot more lightweight though, and obviously with many more shades. This is the one from DIOR right here, and this is the one from Charlotte Tilbury. Obviously different kind of shades. Do you see what I'm saying? I mean, this is a deeper shade, obviously, but do you see the same kind of finish, the same kind of like mesmerizing filtered glow that makes your skin look perfected? And you can literally use, whether you're using these right here or this one, you can just spot conceal the under eye circles like I did mine, or if you have a few sunspots, or if you have a little blemish, a little breakout, you can do so and just keep it extremely natural. Keeping it here super honest about this foundation, I think this is a huge hit for Charlotte Tilbury, because this will give you that perfect no makeup kind of look, filtered effect, a little bit more even, is of such formulation that is not heavy, that it works with different type of product, that you can adjust it as you want to. And I think that is key. I think this is gonna become a staple for many of us. Obviously, I will be trying it more and more, but I think this is gonna be key for this summertime. Super hydrating, nothing that is moisturizing. Do you see the difference between hydration and moisturizing? Moisturizing can be thicker and heavier. Yes, nourishing and protecting, but it can feel a little bit more heavier on the skin. This is hydrating, where it feels like just a glass of water and pretty much nothing. You don't feel anything on the skin. And like I said before, this is not self-setting, so you will have to set it if you want to. If you don't want to change the coverage and you like the way that it looks, then just keep it as is. I love the format because this is perfection. If you're going to work and then you need to retouch for later on, or if you're going for traveling, or if you're commuting, I think this is a beautiful grab and go foundation. You're gonna ask me about this one. Well, this is completely different. This does have more coverage. This is a gorgeous foundation, but literally a foundation. This is more of like a skin tint in a bar, call it like that. Super beautiful. I don't think it's gonna be super long lasting, but the beauty about this foundation, it is that it is not complex, so you can retouch at any point in time throughout the day. Okay, my friends, I said my piece. for right now, I will definitely follow up with you on a product update video or a favorites video, let you know how much I have been using this foundation, how it works and whatnot. So stay tuned for that. And for that, well, you need to be subscribed to my channel with the post notification bell on so you don't miss any of my uploads. Once again, if you're planning to buy this foundation, I do have a 15% off discount code with Charlotte Tilbury. I will be leaving it on the description box below, as well as I will be leaving a pinned comment with the description box. Copy and paste on that pinned comment so that way it's easier for you. If you enjoyed this video, if you find it of any help, please give it a thumbs up, share with family and friends. If you're on Instagram or TikTok, well, come and follow me there. And if you're not done watching my content, well, then I will suggest to go ahead and watch my review on all the new shades of the new Charlotte Tilbury Island Glow Lip and Cheek Tints.
Ain't 3 years away.